Good morning, afternoon, or evening, everybody. How are you? Hope you're hanging in there. So we've got a lab activity that's being assigned tomorrow, Friday, today, maybe. I guess it depends. Um, and you've got all day Friday. I'm not going to be looking at it until Monday. So if you need a little bit of time to get it done, then you've got Friday and the whole weekend. And it should be turned in Monday morning. Um, and there will be another assignment on Monday, so don't plan on doing it Monday. That would be a bad choice because then you're going to have two assignments to do. Um, so it's centering around natural selection and a really classic example of natural selection that happened in forests in England with a species of moth called the peppered moth. So this is just a real quick tutorial on using Google Sheets to build a data table. There is a data table included in the document for the lab, but if you have trouble working with it or you want to give it a shot, Google Sheets is a good skill to have. Um, if you've never used Google Sheets, go to Google and scroll down. Sheets is right there. It's a spreadsheet, just like any other, and so you'll open up a blank spreadsheet. So the nice thing about spreadsheets is you can use them to do so much. Organize information, make lists. The nice thing about them is once you get the basic idea of rows and columns down, you can then use them to do calculations, which is why they're really, really powerful for data tables. A lot of them will also then make graphs from the data, so you don't have to necessarily hand draw those anymore. It's really, really helpful. Um, Microsoft Excel is pretty much the same thing. Google Sheets is the Google version. Um, so I generally do not start in the first cell, which is A1. All cells are referenced by their column letter and their row number. So this would be A1, this would be B2, and this would be C3. I like to start somewhere there, like around B3. That way, if I need to add things that I didn't think about, I can go back and do it without having to cut and paste everything and move all my data around. Um, so with peppered moths, the instructions here tell you that you're going to read the background and instructions. Great. Complete the simulation in a light forest. You record your percentages of light and dark moths on the data table provided, which we're about to make. But then here's the important part. We're going to have 3 trials. And we're going to need 3 trials in a dark forest. Okay? So the simulation happens in a light forest, and we're going to have 3 trials, and in a dark forest, and we're doing 3 trials. So the first thing to set off here is we need our light forest. Oops. And our dark forest. Now, notice I've left a space. Once again, I'm planning ahead here. I'm planning ahead because I'm counting percentages of light and dark moths. So in my light forest, I need 2 data sets. Light forest light moths, light forest dark moths. And in the dark forest, I also need data for light and dark moths. So dark forest light, dark forest dark. So light forest, light moths, dark moths. And now because I have the same thing, I can come here, edit copy, come over here, edit paste. Yikes. What did I do? We're not going to do that. So they want you to use the shortcuts. Control V. If you don't know your shortcuts, they are listed here. Control V, Control C. Control C is generally copy. Control V is paste. Control X is cut. This is on Windows-based machines. If you are using a Mac, then it's a little bit different. You're going to use, I think, the Command key with that letter C, V, or X. Okay, so here are my headings. And we know that we need 3 trials. So trial 1, trial 2, and trial 3. Great. If we look, we are asked to find the average for this. We're asked to do that because I'm putting it in right now. 8. Calculate the average of each data set. There we go. And then answer the questions. See, it says it right there. Calculate the average. I knew that. I just forgot to type it. It's a good thing I do this before I post them, huh? So we need that average row. Okay. Now that we've got our data table set up, we can use this little function up here, which allows us to do outlines. That's going to help organize things and make it look a little better. So you highlight everything you want outlined. So I want a box for my light forest, and so I'm going to box it. And I want a box for my dark forest, and so we'll come over here to the outer borders. Okay. I want individual boxes for each of my data sets. And so I'm going to come here and go to the all borders. And that'll fill in those boxes. And I want all borders for my 4 headings over here as well. All borders. And there I've got my data table. It's a quick and easy way to organize things. It does take a little bit of thought ahead of time, but that's a really, really important scientific skill. Being able to read through the procedure first. Remember, read everything, read all steps, and then get an idea of what you're doing. Make your data table first, and then you can fill it in while you are working. Okay? You can use this Google Sheets spreadsheet for any sort of table that you make at all. So the neat thing, once you're done with this, I'll show you. If we put in some numbers like 15 and 35 and 53, and now we need an average, we can make this do the math for us. We should be able to. I'm not super familiar with sheets. Tools, no. Well, let's see. Equals. There we go. So when you hit the equal sign, that's the sign to sheets that you want to start using a formula. And here it's telling us, it's suggesting it right away. It wants us to average, and in parentheses, we put our cell references, cell C5 and a colon through C7, and it's highlighting everything here for you. What's nice about it is you can just click that and then hit enter, and it does the math for you. And so no need for a calculator, no need for looking things up, no need for writing things down on paper. The document will do everything for you, which is kind of neat. Makes it really, really simple. In this case, it's not a lot of data, so it wouldn't be such a big deal. But when you have huge amounts of data, being able to get the spreadsheet to do the work for you is really, really, really helpful. So I hope this was good for you to see sort of how to lay out a data table and how to use some of the basic functions for doing calculations. Okay, I will see you all later. Have a great evening, afternoon, day, and definitely enjoy your weekend. Stay well and healthy. Bye-bye.